So this is an easy way to create great chords, and they sound great using Stacks. Stacks is a MIDI generative tool, and they are found in this little sort of box here in a MIDI clip. So you need to create the MIDI clip first, which is the easiest thing to do. You can see here that there are 3 notes, and the yellow really means the root note of the chord. And you can see the different variations of the chords, and you can see here they're being generated as you scroll up. This means here you've got 4 dots, which means you've got 4 notes in the chord. This pattern here is the most basic 1-3-5 pattern chord. It will play it against whatever root note you set. So in this case here, the root note is D2, and you can do things like inversions and durations, which we'll show you in a second. But what you'd want to do is make sure that you are scale aware. So you make sure you click to a scale so all of the chords are in that scale. So if you have one stack of chords here, it will occupy the entire clip, as you can see, just like that. But if you add more, it will split them into multiple chords within the clip. So let's add 4. You can see here you can add up to 4, and then you can change the shape of each one, just like that. This is pretty random at the moment, but we can make it sound better. And let's just leave the last one as the same as the first one. Because this is now in E minor, it's in E minor key, I'm going to change the root note of the first one to an E, and the second one, we'll keep it in E minor, so we'll change this one to a G, and the last one we'll change that to, just to be a bit different, we'll change that, well, we'll leave that as a D actually. And you'll notice here straight away that all of these have different inversions and different levels. So these ones are going to be quite high sounding, these ones are going to be quite low sounding. What you can do is you can actually click on some of the chords, and it will actually zoom in to the chord that you've got selected. And so for example, you can increase the inversion by 1, bringing it more in line with the other chords. We can select these chords here, and it will zoom into that first selection. So once again, we want to increase the inversion. We increase it by 1, which is good, but we can increase it by 2 just to get it at the same level as all the other ones. And if you just click anywhere on the clip, it will just bring back all 4 of the chords. Once again, I haven't actually heard any of this, but we can change them as we go. All we've done is change the different root selections, and we've got 3 note chords. Now let's just take a listen. Because it's in key and the root notes are in the key as well, it automatically sounds good. But there are other things you can do. So for example, you can change the duration of all these notes. So for example, we want to change this one 7/8. So this one will be a bit shorter than the other ones, but I can just select, say, the third one and change that one also to 7/8. So you can see straight away that you've got control over the duration. We can also say select the second set of chords here like this, and just increase the offset slightly. So that will mean it will start a little bit earlier. So let's just take another quick listen. So let's say, for example, we select a set of chords which are about half the size as the previous one. So what we can do now is we can generate all of those chords again, but they're going to be generated in a much more smaller MIDI clip, so they're going to be played a bit faster. So as I said, there's a lot you can do with Stacks, and I think you can make them sound really good. It takes a bit of a learning curve, but actually it's relatively simple to use.